business call. Anyways, they don't even think of why these people are doing it. Because I guess it's too hard for them. Well, believe me, if it's too hard for you to accept the truth now, what it is now is nothing compared to what hell will be. If you don't know what hell will be, look up. There's a guy who did a clip of hell, of what it's almost guaranteed like. It's called 7 seconds or 7 minutes in hell or 8 minutes in hell. There's a few of them. Just look it up and watch that. Because hell is hella worse than anything right here. For all the people that want to hurry up, cover their eyes and their ears and be stupid, just sit and go, la 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 la, I don't want to know nothing. Nah. When Lucifer gets a hold of you, you're going to be fighting with everything you had to see and know and whatever, conquer any evil there is on this planet to get out of there. But it's going to be too late. Because just the common sense facts, that's why they quit doing these reports on it. In fact, they just buried it. They just quit talking about it. Same thing as Charlottesville. The facts were coming out that the story they were giving was total BS. Helicopters were in the air when it was going on. They were panning the whole thing, looking for where it was. Granted, YouTube and whoever have deleted, actual news reports from real TV stations out there, in Vegas. Because they prove that the whole thing that the FBI and the sheriff out there has been putting out is total BS. He's a part of it. There's Satanists all over in this country, in our government, in our legal system, in the police forces. They don't have the horns and all that. They look like everybody else. But they've been doing this forever, but this time they bit off a bigger piece of pie than they could. Actually, the American people are more informed now. We're more able to find out what the truth is. Before they could do this, they could pull Benghazi off. They could do Fast and Furious. They could, blow up an airplane of, 18, 20, whatever, Navy SEAL guys, Extortion 17. They've been doing this crap forever. Murdering Americans and, just totally doing Satan's crap, and they've been able to get away with it. Like freaking McCain leaving all, basically setting up a meeting to bring our Vietnam vets back, from Vietnam that were left behind, and then totally abandoning the meeting, making it where it's impossible to bring any of them back. I mean, all the family members were there. You could find that on YouTube still, I think. I'm pretty sure. Where the family members are like, look, they kept delaying and doing this thing and that thing to not do it. Then finally we got to the point to have this meeting and none of them showed up. And then they laughed about it, because there was media, a couple of people that were straight in the media back then that tracked, McCain down, and the other people that are supposed to be on the committee, they're just sitting there laughing about like, yeah, whatever, we just blew it off. It's incredible. But our government's been pulling this crap forever, but it's because the American people let them. We do not take a stand and make them do or to straighten anything out. I mean, Hillary still is guilty of those 4 murders in Benghazi, and she's out there, oh, it's still stupid. I'm supposed to be able to murder anybody I want, anywhere, anytime, just for fun. You shouldn't even ask me about it. Don't you know who I am? That's basically what she's saying. That's flat out what she's saying. And, here, everybody, look how many people still follow her. I mean, she was doing these book signings, trying to make it look like the election was not her fault, And I'm like, the main reason you didn't win is because you're such a two-faced, lying, hypocritical, satanic piece of crap. That's why you didn't win it. In fact, it's a miracle you got any votes at all, let alone how many you got, I mean, that right there is a major red flag of how much this real trouble this country is in. How we are in serious trouble. The fact that she got that close to becoming president. Obama played the race card, and this country is that stupid to fall for that. They fall for anything. All you got to do is come out with some sort of wah reason, and everyone's like, oh, let me hurry up and cure that wah, and you'll make the freaking Antichrist president. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want, don't tell the truth. No, I'm a Christian. I'm going to heaven no matter how stupid I am and no matter how much I fight for evil and Satan and all his stuff. It's like what it is. But since the shooting in Vegas, so much has come out that there's video clips of a helicopter in the air. I mean, I know when everybody first was looking at all the videos, everybody's looking on the ground and, panning the hotels and whatever. See, it was coming from straight above. But also, there's another few videos, more than a few, that, while they're recording, you can hear 2 or 3 different guns going off. Two or three different types of guns coming from different directions. Not like someone shoots one kind of gun, puts it down, then picks up another. One's like real close and one's farther away. And same with, I don't know, there's like a third gun where like 2 guns are going on at the same time. I mean, if you look at all the videos, you're just like, holy crap, man. This was a false flag and the government's covering up for them. Because if it wasn't a false flag done by them, they would have had these people. There's, a few videos of like someone panning the scene and they see some guy running across the RVs. People had RVs parked right by there. Like someone was on top of one of the RVs. And someone happened to catch him getting up and running to get off of the RV. Because, his shooting was done. He ran out of his bullets or something. But also another thing too, I mean, not only were the helicopters in the air panning and they didn't see no broken windows up there at the 32nd floor. There's the one lady who's recording, I think she's a cab driver. The shooting's coming out of the window, at the 4th floor. Local TV station there reported that. Well, actually, they reported another gun firing like from the 7th or 10th floor. Their camera caught, their helicopter camera. I mean, it's just stacks up and up and up and up that it's, total BS what they were saying. And obviously they're in on it. This is their thing that they did. Or if this was some other terrorist, something like that, they would have them. They would totally have them. We'd know who they were, what they were about. But instead what happened is immediately, no, this wasn't a terrorist attack. This was one of Trump's people shooting up Trump's people because he was crazy and a drunk and he was rich and he hated being rich. And, he was running guns. He got 30, 50, 2,000 zillion guns in this place where there's cameras and security everywhere where you can't do anything without everybody noticing. That's what he did. And no, he was just a, guy who, got rich from properties, but he actually was a special secret CIA double invisible guy that could do all this stuff because nobody knew nothing. The freaking, what they're telling us is so freaking Soviet. It's like what the Soviets used to do. The lies they would tell, it's what Hitler did too. The lies were so freaking crazy and so far out there that you had to fight to be a retard to fall for it. And that's what we got. And I even see that in today's media. I mean, one of the straightest people out there, he's kind of the craziest too. He's like John the Baptist in a sense. Because, they called him crazy back when, is Alex Jones. Because he keeps adding stuff to his stories that it's like, dude, come on. The CIA wasn't giving crack to the freaking blacks way back when. There'd be at least some link from the Crips or the Bloods of who the CIA guy was, who was bringing in the truckloads at the whatever. There'd be someone somewhere with the proof. Or with something, not just, let's just blame the CIA for it because we don't want to take blame. We just want to blame somebody else. And anyways, so he does that. So you have to pick out, when Alex is like telling the truth and when he's not, or when he goes off on storytelling a little bit. I think maybe the only one that's 100% sticking with this being a false flag is Michael Savage. But, Alex Jones, I just heard him a little bit ago. They're talking about how Stephen Paddock did it. And I'm like, Jesus Criminy, man. Just no one on this planet's got the common sense or the balls or the IQ to, it's like the whole country just has to hit the dirt. There's just so many people that fight to be stupid that you have to have full-on collapse in this country and starve to death before you pull your head out. Because it's not until then that people are going to all of a sudden be going, wait, okay, why? What's the reason why now? Now that everything's destroyed and it's too late and everything's totally screwed and we're basically going to be fighting in the streets over every little thing there is and die in the streets, because we have full-on collapse, Venezuela style. Now I want to know the reason why, after it's too freaking late. But if you know Mandalay at all, and I mean at all, you'll know that there's this driveway, this huge driveway that comes in off Reno and goes up to the front doors. It splits off and it goes like to an underneath and goes up to the top too, where the main lobby is. And downstairs is a valet, and it goes across there over to Four Seasons, which from the top too you can go across over to Four Seasons. But if someone was to break out the glass up there on that side, that glass would come crashing down right there in front along where that driveway is. And that driveway lines up with cabs all the way out to the street. There's so many more cabs in Vegas than what's needed. It's ridiculous. But anyways, that's the deal. So all of them would have, guarantee some of that would have probably hit their cabs too. Because, wind catching it and it, spraying out. Because it's not going to go just straight down. Any pieces that are big enough, the wind's going to grab and they're going to fly maybe even out to Reno Ave, coming down from that high. And not one saw it. Also people out there too. People that walk up and down that sidewalk that are walking across from Mandalay to Luxor or whatever, because people on the weekend, they're all over the place there, especially with that country festival right there. Especially with that country festival right there, there must have been mass people all over walking around. And just not one report of that. Not one report. And guaranteed, if this guy was, let's say, that much of a professional that he put suction cups on the window, and cut it and pulled it inside, which isn't the case because it was all busted outward, then that would be in the report. When they said, oh, this is how he did it. He actually got a glass cutter and cut through and pulled that thing inside. No. They might want to hurry up and say that now because if they watch this video, which I guarantee they will, they'll be like, oh, let's try to put that out there. Let's say we forgot to say it. But actually that window was pulled in. But no, too late. The pictures are already out there of the window basically being sledgehammered out. Being busted outwards. But there again, if you know those windows, that ain't that easy to bust those freaking windows. Those things are such high-tension windows that, and you could tell by the way it broke too, the shards and that and the thing, it came off in shards. Not like, shatter where it came out in a zillion little pieces. I mean, there's all this stuff here you have to think. You have to use your brain and think, well, why didn't they show that? All the pieces on the ground, the broken glass. Well, because as far as they're concerned, you are way too freaking stupid to even think of that. And you know what? They're right. They're right. You haven't. None of you have even pulled your head out for a zillionth of a second and really went through, just even from the other side of the planet, let's say you are. Let's say you're on the other side of the planet. And you're going, you know what, I'm going to actually kind of look into this and see if this is even true or not. Because the truth always reveals itself. At least when you look for it. When you fight to not look for it or not see nothing, then yeah, it doesn't because you fight to be a retard. But, if you look at this story at all, at the facts that come up, like what happened in Charlottesville, people, were around videotaping during the day, hanging out for this thing that was going on in Charlottesville. And they found that van sitting parked in that road hours before that wreck even happened. And then the wreck happens with all the people there. And of course, these people record it. And there isn't no girl in between those cars. They say that one girl died getting ran into. She got squashed in between the cars. Well, watch the videos. She ain't even there. So they kidnapped her, the liberals did, murdered her, created this car wreck, and then tried to blame Trump for it. And when that didn't work, they just went along. They're just like, oh, whatever, so what? She's one of ours anyways, which actually she was. Her standing for what she's standing for. She's one of Lucifer's. So she got snuffed. Now she's in hell. Also the car that did the freaking wreck, the guy in driving the thing was wearing a different shirt than the guy that they arrested for it. And as far as we know, he's already dead. The guy that they're blaming for it, not the guy that did it. He was this white supremacist retard. which his mother says he was kind of like that, but not really. He just stood up for the white race. That's all he was doing, was standing up for the white race. I mean, I don't know this guy. But, they arrested him, and now he's out of the media, and so who even knows what's going on with him? He has no media coverage, and got set up for a murder that he didn't even commit. And there again, all the Republicans and the liberal, or actually conservative media, no one is on it. No one is down there saying, I want to interview this guy. I want to make sure myself that he's actually guilty of this. Just, even the people in our freaking conservative media just fight to be complete freaking retards. Just because their main thing, because I've sent them videos of this stuff, and some have taken, made points and used them, which that's the reason I send them. But mainly what I kind of get from them is like, dude, we don't want anybody to find out about you. Me. Because we don't want you to be competition or overtake us in ratings, coming out like what Glenn Beck did when he was straight. Where all of a sudden you're the lightning rod, and they're like, dude, you're the type that won't ever sell out or back down. We've already did whatever investigation on you, and so we're going to take your points, but we're going to fight to kind of keep you buried too, because I want to be up in this top position, making hella money, having my bank life that I do, and I don't want that rocked, so I'm going to play ball every once in a while and give in to what the left wants, so I don't get too much, as far as them trying to take me out, even though they say people are trying to take them out, the reason they don't get fully taken out is because they keep backing off and playing the liberal line, like this Paddock thing, that he did it. This guy was just a guy who had a decent amount of money, got invested in real estate, and he was taking that money and just playing, just screwing off. And he had enough money that he threw it around. He had this girl that he liked in the Philippines, and it kind of looks like he was trying to buy her back. She was only there for the money to begin with, but I guess he really liked her. So he sent her money, to try to get her to come back. Say, look, if you leave, this ain't coming no more. I'm giving you a last little taste of it, And he was probably about to cut her off. And, instead, he got snuffed. And also another thing, too, if you look into this, you have to watch all the videos that are on there about it. One person that was working one of the restaurants there had a receipt for him. He charged it to the room, and all they did was they made a copy of the receipt, took a picture of it, and put it on the internet. His room wasn't on the 32nd floor. It was on the 14th floor or something, 12th floor. So his room was way the hell down, nowhere near there. So pretty much everything the media is telling you or has told you is a lie. Everything. There's probably not one word of it that's true other than people were murdered by bullets. And of course they got their people on the internet lying their ass off about everything. It does in some ways become hard to see what the truth is, but then again, if you're a real Christian, you find it comes up. God doesn't want you to sit on your ass and he feeds you like you're a freaking infant in a high chair. You got to get off your ass and do the work. He didn't create this planet and put us on this planet and everything for us to just sit there and go, can't you just tell me? Can't you just bring it to me? Why do I gotta something or anything? Why? No, look what he had to go through. Look what he did. And that's the bottom line. When you're done with this life, you're supposed to be done. Like you went through it all and you survived it and you succeeded, and and then you're going to get your reward. That's what it is. More business kind of stuff. And that's what this life is for. It's not for you to come here and just sit and do what you want and jack around and hardly do anything, and cry, why me? Why do I got it? I shouldn't have to nothing, No, if that's who you are, Lucifer's going to get you. Because that's what this thing is for, to separate the wheat from the chaff. Guaranteed you ask people, what kind of person are you? Oh, I'm great, I'm cool, I don't ever cheat and lie and this, and I'm honest, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then you watch them for 2 seconds and you find out they're nothing but a two-faced, lying, hypocritical, cheating, scamming piece of crap. And it's like, oh, I thought you said, and then they twist the story and lie all the more and try to put it on you. Well, look how you tie your shoes and anything other than admit the truth. Lucifer's got him. They belong to Lucifer. You know, and they think, well, if I say yay Jesus, that means it's okay. Oh, really? Where does it say that in the scriptures anywhere? That if you be a total two-faced, lying, hypocritical piece of crap, that it's okay as long as you say yay Jesus at the end of it. Anyways, that's my ultimate thing here, is that this, before originally when I did the first video, it was about how this was a false flag to take our guns, which is exactly what it was. They tried it, you know, which means more's coming because no one pulls their head out and stops this. You know, everybody wants to hurry up and forget and move on to the next, you know, Kardashian thing or whatever, you know, the next little story that doesn't really mean anything as far as the rest of this country is concerned, you know. You like some basketball player got caught in freaking China for trying to steal something. That's the main story right now. That's the main thing. And what does his daddy say about, you know, Trump? You know, that's, forget everything else. Forget the 5-year-old girl that got gang raped and the woman that got murdered up in Minnesota and, you know, whatever else. Fast and Furious and Benghazi. Hurry up, forget. What does this basketball daddy say about Trump? Because Trump got his kid out from robbery, trying to commit robbery, got him off, you know. Which there again, since when do we stand with evil, you know? I mean, actually, it's been a lot lately because rape, robbery, murder, kidnapping, torture, all that's okay. We'll just make up some reason why it's okay and let them off, you know. That's what we're doing now. So anyways, American people just got to flat out stand up and do not forget. Every time something big happens, write it down, keep it on the fridge, put a folder together if you have to remember all the facts, because you all fight to keep forgetting. You keep fighting to be stupid, you know. And, you know, stick on it. Anytime you get free time, call whoever you got to call, look up whatever you got to look up, because the more people that do that, the more we're going to get this thing straight, because this country will either die within or succeed from within. And that means you. That means all of you out there. You know, what you do, and the more of you that put, you know, if only one or two are trying to, like, stop a flood, like a dam breaks, and there's like 5 people out there going, okay, I'm going to put up a, you know, for whatever barricade I could hold up. No, that dam's going to freaking mow you and take you out. You know, the only way to stop that is if all the people needed get the dam fixed before it breaks, because if you sit and wait until it breaks, then you're screwed. You're screwed already. And that's where we're at, man. We got cracks all over the dam, which is the foundation of this country, the health and well-being of this country. And we got all these people working with everything they have to tear it down and destroy it. All the Democrats, Hillary, you know, all the professors that want communism, that are working for Lucifer as well. Even those in the legal area, like this judge that just made it, where any state or any politician, not even state, any politician that wants illegals in this country to tear this country down more, there again, to working for Satan, doing Satan's work to destroy this country, that is legal. This judge just said that is legal. But if Trump tries to pull their funding, as if they have a right to that funding, they don't have a right to that funding. He just supposedly came out and said, no, Trump cannot try to change the funding that Congress already passed. You know, the Congress passed that we were able to take federal money and give it to colleges here and there, but each and every time it has to be voted on or whatever decided. But this judge said, nope, from now on, the President of the United States cannot decide who gets funding and who doesn't. So if a college comes out and says raping white women and torturing and murdering is okay, we have to fund them. We have to give them money, according to this judge. I mean, Satan is everywhere. Satan's people are everywhere in this country, and unless we stand up and do what we got to do, they're going to succeed, and then you're going to find out what hell is really like before you get to hell. Well, you're going to find out what living in a collapsed country is like, living in a third world country, because you fought to be a freaking retard, not do nothing about it. And all this, like Vegas shooting is just another step in that direction. You know, they murdered 50 people. Murdered them. 50 people. And not a single person has been arrested or even questioned on it. You know what I mean? All this other stuff is just to let them know that we'll let it go. You know, all the Fast and Furious, the Benghazi, the extortion 17s, this little girl getting gang raped in Idaho, this cop killing this woman in, Minnesota. I mean, Charlottesville. All of this has just been building up. But in each time that we let it go has been telling them, you can do whatever you want. You can murder as many people as you want, and we'll just act like it didn't happen. We'll just let it go. And that's where we are. That's where this country is. So that's what this video is about. The first one was about how Vegas was a false flag. This one, because I see all the like talk show hosts and that even like giving into it, you know, because that's all they need. All they need is for this country to accept that Stephen Paddock was the one that did it, the one and the only one, and they're like, we're free. We just got away with that. Look what we just did. You know, man, are the people of this country freaking stupid. I mean, they don't even need Obamacare, or what is that, Common Core. You know, Common Core was to make everybody stupid so they wouldn't have the brains to figure nothing out. You know, that's what it was. I mean, they almost don't even need it. This country is just that freaking stupid already, as it is. All right, well, I got to post this. If more comes up, I'll do a part 2 or 3, depending on how long this is. Yeah, part 2. All right, until next time.